Okay, let's get into round 2 of Striker versus Grandmonster. We got Hades versus Odin for game 1 on Olympus. And in the blue, this is our Odin player. It is Grandmonster. And on the other side, in the red, playing as Hades, this is Striker. I wonder how he'll deal with Pestilence, Grandmonster. He's looking to go for the fast 2TC, but that build is so hard to pull off against the Hades. Especially one that built so close to the front. Oh, and he's also gone Heimdall. He's not going to have any counter pressure. He's not going to have any Valkyries to go across. And he's not going to have a forest fire. On this map especially, there's so little wood, so late game is extremely hard, especially for a Greek player that needs a lot of wood. Guess who does? Hades. We got the Eye of Horus on the map, as well as a Canopic Jar of Imseti. Both really good pickups if Striker can do it, especially the Eye of Horus, of course. Greek already is more population efficient than Norse, as they don't need population for their drop-off points, although they do need it for favor. So in the end, it's very similar. However, the units for Greek are just straight up stronger. Very good wall off by Grandmonster, but he needs more production, man. I mean, he needs something that isn't going to be covered by Pestilence. And he's got a lot of Ulfsarks back here building up the houses, but unfortunately, they're not really spread out, so... And he needs them to make hill forts and more longhouses. The Cyclops finds the side build. He's going to smack this unfinished longhouse pretty easily. And yeah, Striker is doing a really good job making towers and whatever. Artemis is the final pick. I love it. Striker is playing really smart here. I just wish he had flooded this sooner, as now Grandmonster is 2TC just at 2 minutes. This has really been very well played by him so far, and he's doing side builds as well. The mix of Frost Giants and Fire Giants is really important in this matchup too. Frost Giants to tank, Fire Giants to deal massive damage. Striker needs to definitely move a lot of villagers to build. It's not very efficient to put them all on towers at the same time. And the sooner he can hit with Pestilence, the more it will do. But it looks like he's a bit late to do that. Meanwhile, we got a very powerful side build here in the back from Grandmonster. He could also put something here. Okay, there is Pestilence finally. And yeah, it looks like it's got most of the buildings. That is so painful for Grandmonster. Both of his temples got caught. One of the hill forts as well. So that leaves him with 1 longhouse and 2 hill forts worth of production. He's definitely going to be able to kill all of these Ulfsarks. Especially with these super powered Toxotes at nearly 14 DPS. So insane. He's gonna go for the hill fort there. Definitely needs to retarget, however, with his archers, as they're not doing a whole lot of damage there. He's taking care of the other side build, only leaving a single longhouse. Gas graffiti is going on the side. I'm not sure what they'll reach. They'll have to take out the longhouses before anything else. But you gotta keep in mind, Striker is gonna have Earthquake down the line. He's not got... there's no protection here for Grandmonster's TC. Underworld is also gonna come available soon enough. There's gonna need to be something to beat the Jarls. Some Hoplites, or maybe even a bunch of Prodromos like we've seen in the previous game. Of course, Striker needs to be careful not to burn his economy, but for Grandmonster, this is going to be an uphill fight as his game continues. At least he's got his Heimdall Watchtowers with safeguards, so that gives them a lot of hit points. Nearly doubles them, in fact. Good use of Perseus. He definitely wants to keep him out of too much trouble. He has been buffed in the patch to be equally good against Myth units as he used to be, but he's got high hack attack now as opposed to a low one, so that kind of gives him a bit more utility. And of course, at 520 hit points, he's not exactly weak either. Wow, very good use of the Cyclops. Goes up one more time, and Grandmonster side build is once again being denied. Meanwhile, Striker has reached the 2 TC status, and he's got a forward temple as well. If he chooses to produce from there, that's going to reduce the movement requirements of Chimeras by a lot. He's got an underworld passage. Unfortunately, he's put it in the front. Would have liked it more here, but it does the trick. He's starting to already kill a lot of villagers. Frost is available, however, he needs to be careful with that and be ready to pop back into the underworld. Doesn't do it, and the entire attack is now frozen. That's why you do two things when you do underworld. One, you pop only half your army into it. And two, you try to very quickly react and pop your units back into the underworld to escape Frost, as there is a little bit of a build-up time there. I wonder what Striker's gonna do. Is he gonna Earthquake the front, or is he gonna Earthquake the main? Now, Earthquaking the main could kill all of these hill forts, or all the houses, depending on where he puts it. The underworld is not gonna go down. Like, you need some archer units, actually, as it's only got 85% pierce armor. Burning pitch is gonna do a whole lot of bonus damage against all that. So this TC is definitely going down. I'm now curious where Earthquake will go. The sooner he uses it, the more value he can get. Underworld is gonna go down, actually. It's starting to look quite bad. There's no one repairing it. So that's really unfortunate, but Striker has already killed so many villagers. We're currently looking at 7 kills. He's caused a lot of idle time here. Earthquake is gonna go down on the Longhouse production. Okay. That's interesting. He could have Earthquaked this area. But this is also not bad. Like, this is Grandmonster's production basically gone. This also cuts the trade route, by the way. Which Striker already has got going for himself. There's 6 Gastrophiles here to deny any and all side builds. Grandmonster will have to make a bunch of cavalry units in order to counter that. With Striker's superior population count right now, 166 to 120, by the way, he's going to be very easily able to win the one-fronted fight. Not sure where he's going with the archers. He's potentially thinking about taking out the tower, I guess, which is fine. Frost Giant's gonna put a stop to this one. I'd like to see Striker remake his heroes. Okay, he's got Perseus on the way. He's still not moved the Chimera production to the front, but he's running around with the archers trying to find this, actually. So he's trying to gold starve Grandmonster. Above the dwarfs is stuck in the gold mine, unfortunately. That's not great. Oh, no. No, you don't want to be that dwarf. Look at it. It died in a gold mine. Absolute slavery. Striker's fortress is getting taken out. I don't think he's got any villager left in here. Is he gonna cut his way through the forest? That would be hilarious. Although it will take a while. Yeah, these Toxolis are really hurt. If there were like 5 or 6 cav units, these would go down. Striker's eco is looking fine. He needs a little bit more food. But other than that, fine. Grandmonster's got a bit of an economy himself, but really not much besides the dwarves, and they're getting taken out right now. He's done a good job hiding the ox caravans. And here come the Jarls to try and take out the Toxotes. It's gonna take them a while as they don't get the massive bonus damage that raiding cav would. And there's a lot of downtime here with all these dwarves running around. Striker could also refocus the Toxotes in the last attempt to take out the Ox Guard, so forcing to remake that would be great as well. But I don't think he will do that. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. He's got this huge frontal attack with Gastrophiles at the back, more Chimeras coming in as well. And he's starting to build forward towers. He's got his trade route set up. There's some attempts at additional side builds from Grandmonster, but he's starting to really run low on the resources, and without any significant income, that's going to be a problem. Of course, there's still a chance that he could get the front OTC up, but Striker's Hades is pretty solid. Surely he would use his Gastrophides to put a stop to that at the last second or something like that. Ooh, the Chimera is starting to raid a bit, and he's taken out the Ox Cart actually. So these dwarves will have to walk all the way back here until this new guy shows up finally. Could see a very, very nice fire attack as well. He could actually use it on the Frost Giant, but he's not paying attention, so he's getting caught by the freezing attack. Shade and Hoplite taking that out. Making a farm? What? That's gonna be an accident. He's starting to make the frontal towers, and that's probably gonna be the nail in the coffin for this game. The Toxotes are just too powerful. Yeah, this Chimera raiding isn't really working out for our Hades player. He definitely needs some heroes with this, or even just one hero. If he sends his Chiron up front, that would be enough, I think. And yes, Hades is also pretty good at side builds, guys. It's gonna be so difficult for Grandmonster to push through the towers. Again, TCs on this map are really close to each other. There's not a whole lot of terrain to go in between. It's just very open city tile grounds in the middle. There's gold, there's food, but there's no forest in the middle. So these ballista, they completely rely on the protection of the towers. Funnily, Striker is keeping a lot of idols. If he caught all of those and moved them into the main fight, I think he would just win. But already he's getting a really good kill death. So it's pretty even, but he's got, I believe at the moment, the smaller military. Yeah. Just because of the fact that he's got a huge economy right now. So he's trying to make up for that economy thing, where he's got the smaller army, by just adding more buildings, which are gonna do the ranged fighting for him. So soon he can cut out Toxotes actually. Oh my god, Undermine is being used, and that will definitely go through most of these towers, I think. I think it's gonna reach the third tower. Yep, that is a huge problem for Striker. He will also be losing the fortress, no doubt. And potentially the other tower as well after. So he will need to rebuild here. Nice use of Perseus there. Both Frost Giants getting taken out. He's pulling Perseus back as he should. He can heal up at the temple here. And chase down the throwing axeman. He's also got some Gastrophides ready to raid. It's funny. Might be easier to just send 2 hoplites or something. Striker's fixing his forest. That's nice to see. Good counter to the Gastrophides there. That's why I prefer to do a small raid with like hoplites. Oh, Striker going all in here with the villagers. 9 of them trying to build a TC that belongs to Grandmonster originally. He's gonna be able to do it though. Our Norse player is very, very low on economy. So once this gold mine runs out, actually, that's going to be a huge problem for him. There's no more safe gold mines. Actually, he's also not got a drop-off point for his wood, so he's gonna be having trouble with that as well. He's having trouble to stay above 100 population right now, and Striker is certainly cutting through all these units with the Chimera also coming in, and his Fire Breath killing the units halfway. It's a lot of Toxotes to fight with throwing axe. And unfortunately, the Huskars aren't focusing on them either. Even if they did, there's only like a few of them, and Grandmonster knows he's not going to recover from this. GG is called, and we're going to have to move into game 2 here. Valiant effort by Grandmonster. He never really managed to get the frontal town center, and it's really showing here what a problem that is. Okay, we're ready for game 2 now. Striker with the Arenos pick, and Grandmonster, of course, sticking to the Odin. I'm curious how Striker will approach this. Actually, I haven't seen him play Arenos much, but I did talk to him about how I believe that Kronos players overrate the strength of Kronos versus that of Arenos. Interestingly, he's picking Prometheus here, which is going to make the heroes cheaper. However, I don't know. I personally would prefer to go Oceanus here, just because of that massive boost to Fanatics. He's also going Hyperion, so he's actually going to go for the same god path that you would get with Kronos, but just relying on Sky Passage late game, I suppose, which could be okay. This villager here is stuck. He's not going to make a market with that one. Not sure what happened. I wonder how long it will take him to notice. Actually, it could be a minor issue, as he's supposed to have this started already. Anyways, on the other side, we got Grandmonster, who's building a bunch of side builds right now. And he's also got his fast 2TC wall-off ready to go. And making some hill forts in the front. So this is a very solid build from Grandmonster so far. And Striker will have to try to knock it down with a lot of infantry flooding in. But he's got a really good spread actually over the map to see any side builds coming his way. And I wonder if this Myrmidon... Okay, he's definitely spotted this only side build that's currently threatening him. And he's putting a Sky Passage in the corner. It's so good. I love this. Striker is playing this so smart. But he's not putting on any pressure on the second TC, which could be a problem. Grandmonster is going to have a very fast 2 TC time. Meanwhile, Striker will be stuck on 1 TC. Honestly, at the same time as Norse gets the second TC up without any disturbance, Atlanteans should match it with their own second TC. But yeah, that's not going to be the case here. In the last second before this fight, also, Grandmonster goes up to the Mythic Age, and now he's gonna absolutely demolish these Myrmidons, who don't have Bite of the Shark, so even if they were heroes, they wouldn't be able to... Oh my god, Striker isn't even fighting, he's just running around, getting slaughtered. That's a big waste of resources, unfortunately for him. The villagers themselves are gonna be able to hold on no problem, but the Heka Giant took out the side build, which is huge. Now all Striker needs to do is to reroute his units, and he's gonna be fine. This DC might actually not finish in time. These Wolfsarks are going all in for it, but at the same time they're taking a lot of damage from all these palaces, and Striker should have access to Shockwave, buying himself the extra time that he needs, but I don't think he's gonna use it here. Yeah, that is really unfortunate for him. These Wolfsarks are definitely able to knock this DC back down. Oh, he's actually not going to sacrifice them in order to do that. Okay. On the other side, he's getting these non-hero citizens, so he might get a kill or two here. Uh-oh. Striker needs to pay attention, turn them into heroes, and garrison as soon as possible. He's definitely going to lose this one. And the other one got stuck. He's getting another kill. Oh my god, Grandmonster with 2 villager kills already. Gonna go up to 3. And oh, no. Stop. Okay, he's got the third kill. Striker needs to absolutely stop making Myrmidons. He's still making them from one military barracks, but they're not an efficient unit, so I hope he stops soon. He's picked up the Pelt of Argus, and he's picked up the Scarab Pendant. Oh my god, Scarab Pendant? Are you kidding me? For this matchup? The Siphons are already so powerful for Atlantean, and Norse is not going to stand a chance if they are even 50% better than they should be. Oh my goodness. Grandmonster is in more trouble than he may realize, but he made it to 3 town centers before Striker did, and that is huge by itself. This hero citizen here, if focused by the Jarls, could actually go down. But I don't think Grandmonster is paying enough attention to that right now. That could be huge if Striker loses another one, as he's completely out of position. Actually, his Siphons are getting caught as well by this Ulfsark wave. That is so good for Grandmonster. Striker really needed to make use of his Sky Passage, pop out here, and try to go through all of this. But it doesn't look like it's meant to be, and Grandmonster might be just winning this game, to be completely honest. Like, what's Striker got left? Not a whole lot of resources, and his economy isn't exactly booming. He's not got a trade, he's got a bunch of idols. Yeah, his trade hasn't started yet. His only chance is getting a huge fire siphon attack on all the bases in a row. That could work. But at the same time, Grandmonster is occupying this TC completely. So yeah, I think that's the play for Striker. Ignore all that, take out all the TCs simultaneously, and hope for the best. This market needs to be deleted, and hopefully Striker will remember to start up the trade once these markets complete. Okay, here we go. That could have been a Sky Passage use. That didn't need to be a Vortex. So this might come back to bite Striker because of this. Yep. Now one thing he could do is he could turn the Destroyers into heroes, then they'll defrost actually. And then he could take down this town center just about maybe. But Grandmonster is responding. He's bringing home a lot of units. I'm not sure why he used that shockwave there. And Grandmonster is going to be on 40 Cs. Striker is in a lot of trouble with this. I kind of think he's going to wish to have picked Greek, as he hasn't practiced Orenos that much, especially against Norse. Hey, if you got nothing good to say, then just don't say anything at all. Grandmonster is gonna pick up one more citizen over there. Or so it looks like. The Fnatic might help it escape. And there is a palace to garrison into. Hopefully he sees that. Another vortex is being used, but this is for escaping for the most part. I wonder if this is enough stuff to actually take out the town center. Again, Striker is stuck on 140 pop, and he's only got... okay, that's enough artillery actually to take us out. It's got 3 Hacker Giants, so that's gonna be enough, I think. I wonder if Striker is aware though that the towers have very low pierce armor. That's what you want to focus your archers on in this case until units arrive. And these are gonna arrive, but I'm not sure they'll do a whole lot. The TC does go down, and most of the side build will be cleaned up, no problem. And this is the time for Striker to take these 3 citizens over here and to build this up. Funnily enough, the fighting has been pretty minimal. In terms of direct unit losses actually, so Striker does have enough money, but that also means that Grandmonster has a lot of money, and he can certainly commit to a big ram raid sometime soon. I kind of wish he stopped using so many Ulfsarks though. Is Grandmonster gonna clear this out? Wait, where did these come from? They're also 3 heroes. That could be enough Jarls to take all of this out. The Obsarks are definitely the weak side of this army. A bunch of Fanatics and Murmillos joining in now. The one Fire Giant and the one Frost Giant will be enough to slow down this TC. I'm not sure why he's attacking the Citizen there. That's obviously not going to work out, and the Arcus heroes are taking that out. I think Striker's going to get to build this TC. He's going to hold here. And yeah, Grandmonster needs to make a more sophisticated army. Gotta cut the Obsarks. Oh wow, we got onagers on the way? I'm not sure what the plan is with that, as obviously they're not gonna reach the TC from Striker's wall, and Grandmonster's wall, he can go through that, so it would be just more efficient in that case to make fire siphons, as they are actually affected by the relic, doing 50% more damage is so huge there. Ragnarok is still available to counter the next Vortex. Grandmonster can way easily afford it. Striker's got a 30C. I thought that this would have slowed it down, but seems to have worked out. And there is Vortex. He's full pop, so this is gonna hurt. Actually, trade is not present currently. Grandmonster doesn't need it. And there are some dwarves here, so that could help fight this Vortex off at least a little bit. And bear in mind, this is also the last Vortex that Striker has access to. He could make more Sky Passages. He certainly does need to make Sky Passages. I would like to see one right here with this Citizen. Not sure what's going on with all that, but yeah, Striker will take out the markets now. Look at this sickening damage from the Fire Siphons. Oh my god, that relic is ridiculous. Maybe 10% would be reasonable, but 50% on this? Jesus. Fire Siphons are the highest DPS siege unit in the game, so 50% buffs certainly don't seem reasonable on that. Jedi won his games. Not entirely unexpected, but the fact that it took this long is a testament to our new player always broke. Meanwhile, we're seeing a Ragnarok here. Grandmonster tried to come in to save the day with all the hero units, but that's pretty much all he's got. Like, looking at the unit tab, it's 59 of them and like sub 10 units of everything else. Sure, it's going to be a problem for a few moments, but a Chaos has been used, so that's converted one of the Frost Giants, and Striker is now putting one villager on each tower, and all except one will probably go up. Maybe all of them will go up. That's going to be horrible for Grandmonster to fight against, even if he does manage to come in here. Striker's got a Sky Passage full of units popping out. And he's going to be able to retreat through the tower fire. Striker can more than afford to lose all this. Oh no, they're firing at the stone gate. That is terrible. Is he going to notice? That is so bad for Striker. Oh no, these towers aren't doing anything right now. Oh no. I don't think he's noticing, guys. All the citizens are falling. At least he's remaking them, and he's got the trade route going, but he's gonna run out of wood real quick. Oh no. Oh no. All the towers just shooting at the gate. Ah, if Striker sees this, he's gonna be so mad. He might still have enough to beat the Ragnarok, but Grandmonster's got a decent economy bank, I guess, and he can remake everything. But is it going to be enough against the onslaught that is Striker right now? It's still a lot of other stuff coming in. Of course, the Heka Giants are going to be absolutely ruined by the Ragnarok heroes, but then he's got Fanatics and Arcus, which are really good against them. Should definitely take it easy with all the Fire Siphons though. Doesn't need any right now actually. And yeah, Striker is starting to run out of resources. He may have overcommitted here. He's got 4 people on gold, which he doesn't super need as he's got a trade. It's probably a good idea to retreat from here and just wait for his economy to stabilize. Use Sky Passages to hit the other side or something. We're seeing a palace here, but no Sky Passage just yet. I'm pretty sure that this villager could be coming up to take care of that. And there's another one here. Yeah, he should absolutely use the Sky Passage to escape. Grandmonster back to 3TC. Again, the Ragnarok heroes are really, really quick at building town centers, so that's worked out really well for him. Great hold by Grandmonster overall. Where's the Sky Passage? Striker does have a really big army, so if he united all of it and attacked in one place, like here, that would go a long way. That's a Ragnarok hero stuck in the gold mine. Man, this happens like every game. I wish they fixed that. Oh, the Longhouse is gonna get taken out. But there's a whole lot more where that came from. Striker still got only 2 farms. How is he gonna keep this up? He definitely needs to move off some vills from gold. Yeah, these guys especially. Arcus getting some kills. Most giants have pretty good pierce armor, but I mean, this many of Arcus heroes will punch through that. Wolfsarks are doing a good job harassing these Fire Siphons, but then again, I would love to see a few raiding cavalry units just to help out with that. Kills are pretty even. I wonder about Grandmonster's eco. He's recovering okay, but he's running out of gold. He's got 20 people on gold, but this mine is gonna run out. The main has run out, so there's only this. And a Striker should know that as he's currently harassing this area. Meanwhile, the market is out here, and there's a wall to kill. So Striker will know that when this wall is dead, that's for a trade route. Actually, Grandmonster is gonna come in here with all of this army. That's more than enough to kill a TC. Especially if Striker is out of position as he is now. There's no Sky Passage here for defense. So, is he gonna fight fire with fire and base trade? That could be okay. 4 citizens are in there. I guess if they repair, that could help. But I'm not sure it's worth it to just garrison them for the extra damage. Like, that's not gonna work out. Repair is way stronger than that. Sending some stuff back. Oh, I didn't update the score. I'm so sorry, guys. I did not update the score. It's 1-0 in favor of Striker. But it looks like Grandmonster is coming back into this. There's only 2 Fire Siphons here. Although they're basically like 3 Fire Siphons with the relic. Looks like we're getting a repeat of the early game where Grandmonster has the opportunity to steal a TC. Striker's farming finally. Now he's got 7 on there. Which is gonna be way better. Unfortunately, this Frost Giant hasn't frozen one of the Fire Siphons, so that's a problem. And now Striker's gonna go after the houses. Meanwhile, Grandmonster still not building at his TC. I'm not sure what's going on there. He must be so focused on this area and protecting his vills around the gold mine that's pretty much mined out already. He's converted a lot of the gatherers there into Wolfsarks, and we've got a walled onager push as well that could really threaten this TC, but the ballista is a pretty good tool to take them out. The main TC has been taken out by Striker. and that's gonna also intercept the gold. I mean the trade route. It's also on top of this one. Yeah, Striker will just need to take out this, and then he's basically got the game in the bag. Whereas for Grandmonster, he's got way more of an uphill fight. Not only does he need to return home, not only does he need to remake the houses, but he needs to claim this TC somehow. Although he's doing a really good job killing all these citizens, that is great. This hill fort will die to 2 whacks from this Hacker Giant. And the Fanatics are surrounding the Ballista now. That's gonna be goodbye for this gold mine. And Striker can refocus the Onager to take out this TC over a duration. It's gonna definitely take a while. I don't think actually he's in range. What's going on with that? I don't think he's in range. Grandmonster has got this TC now. Raiding Cav are trying to do something against the Arcus, but the Fanatics are just cutting them down so hard. The villagers coming out again. I'm not sure why Striker is making onagers. I mean, it's not necessary. You only do that if you absolutely have no way of getting into range with other units. But anyway, this is gonna go down, no doubt. The Fanatics have killed a lot of villagers. Overall, actually, Grandmonster's villager kills have been really amazing. He's killed 24, but Striker has been able to remake them just about quickly enough that he was able to recover. Meanwhile, he's also killed a lot himself, forced a Ragnarok, killed a lot of town centers, caused a lot of idle time. So overall, I do feel that Striker has played this quite well. Aside from a few little mistakes. And now he's taking out the CC again, and he should be able to come back here. He just popped out of the Sky Passage from the center of the map. He's got a few more units to send through, and that should be the end of this CC, and possibly the game, as Grandmonster is running completely out of resources right now. Look at these fire siphons, so freaking powerful with the relic. Plus 50% damage, it's insane. I wonder if the Sky Passage limit has been reduced. I actually don't remember that. I wonder if it's 5 or 10. I think it might have stayed at 10. Which is actually a huge issue in deathmatch. if you could just make it everywhere, you just teleport all the time. It's like having Vortex. More houses getting killed, and Grandmonster is now forced to mine outside under the cover of a single hill fort. It's probably not gonna go too well. Trying to recapture stuff, but I mean, how long is that gonna work out for? Striker is loading up into the Sky Passage once more. It's gonna pop out here. He's also got some onagers to cover this, and there's one more house to kill. I just wish he stopped making the Bermillos. They're such a waste of population. You have the best infantry in the game, and then you're making an average one. Grandmonster's got no business staying in this game, and he knows it. Calls the GG, and Striker moves into round 2 with a very cool 2-0 victory, although the second game has been really close. And you gotta respect the 24 citizen kills. That's absolutely insane.